There we go. Well, good to see you all. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all doing well. As I said in the email, we will continue connecting to our intention from the last week or two, and that'll be kind of a continued intention over the next couple of weeks where we're connecting to the seasons, as we always do throughout the year in these classes. We're just remembering that we are part of nature, and that nature right now is inviting us to slow down and to pay attention. And that's just in the seasons, it's inviting us to do that. You know, the Earth's natural cycle, the cycle of change, invites us to slow down, and it invites us to stop. And often in normal times, let's say, we can resist that slowing down and resist that change and resist the long nights and distract ourselves with socializing and nightlife and theater and pubs and restaurants and all those other things outside of our homes and outside of the dark nights. And we can feel a bit of resistance to not being able to access them at the minute. But really, you know, we have to just accept the situation as it is and take the opportunities that we're presented with. And we absolutely are presented with opportunities, as we have been in lockdown number 1, to look more local and give attention to ourselves instead of giving our attention everywhere else. I've, you know, said it so many times in classes, energy flows where attention goes. And if our attention is more local to the self, to the family, to our immediate living space, maybe we can settle into ourselves a little bit more and into the hibernation of winter and into the slowing down. And as we talked about last week and the week before, and during autumn as well, that sense of letting go. And like, it's not necessarily a quick process or an easy process that you just decide, okay, there's this thing I want to let go of and I'm going to let go of it now today, and that's the end of it. It's a gentle, slow, continuous letting go. And with that in mind, I'm just going to read a little paragraph to set our intention for the class today, from a book called Love for Imperfect Things by Heyman Suman. Beautiful little book. There's another one called what's the other one called? I can't remember, but I'll send it on in the email. I was going to read it at the end, but I just think that I'll read it at the beginning and the end to set the intention. During the times in your life when your inability to let something go leaves you feeling distressed, please don't fight it. Instead, allow it to be there and then observe it without words. Your mind will soon become quiet and spacious, making it easier to live with your negative feelings. Then, you may even see the eyes of compassion inside you that look on your inner wound with love. And as this happens, your mind will realize that you are not the wound, but the deep silence that knows it. So a general sense of accepting, letting something be in order to let something go. So we will connect to that sense of letting go in our breath throughout the practice. And today we're going to start lying down. So you can lie yourself down on your mat, and you can either take prone position where you're fully lying down, or you can take a constructed rest position where you've got your back on the ground, the soles of the feet on the outside edges of the mat, and your knees fall into the center line of the mat. That's what I'm going to take today, just for demo purposes. And you decide where your body is at. If you feel like you want to have the arms out along the side of your body with the palms facing up to invite some energy in, palms facing down to settle the body down. Or if you really want to bring yourself into the sensations of the body, you take the left hand at the heart and the right hand on the belly. But wherever you're at, gently close down your eyes. Bring your attention to the physical body and the points of contact of the body with the ground underneath you. And imagine just allowing the body to melt into the ground, into the support that's there. Allow every atom of the body to begin to slowly settle into stillness. Notice where the head space is at. If it is busy or quiet, not judging either as good or bad, just observing. Noticing. Bring your attention to your breath. Arrive. And feel it let go. Inhale, let your breath arrive. Every exhale, let your breath go. Follow the journey of the breath as it arrives. Follow the journey of the breath as you let it go. Take a moment to imagine that the whole body is breathing, not just torso or lungs. You're breathing through every pore of your body. That your breath is arriving into every pore of your entire body. Your breath is sighing as it lets go with every exhale. Imagining it coming and going like the ocean. The breath arrives and you let it go. Draw to mind now whatever it is you're wanting and wishing to let go of these days. It's a habit, a grievance or irritation, a relationship that's challenging, a belief that no longer serves you, an opinion about yourself or someone else, a judgment. What are you letting go of? Call it to mind. And with every exhale, let your body sigh, let it go, let the breath go, intentionally let go of whatever it is you're shedding. Soften your concentration, then soften the awareness, just be your body again. Breath naturally comes and goes. Wiggle into the fingers, pose a little. Supported rest. One another. While lying down, warm the hands, rub them together. Place the warm hands over the face and wipe away the day. Let it too go from your face. As you breathe in and out, give the face a little massage. Warm the hands up another time. Place the warm hands behind the neck. Give the neck a little squeeze. Cross over the arms, squeeze the shoulders. Squeeze the arms as you walk your hands down along the length of your arms. Squeeze it, let it go. Hands meet again, warm them up one more time. Place the warm hands over your eyes. Open your eyes into your hands, look up and down, left and right. Spread the fingers wide, let the light gently back in again. Take the knees into the belly, give yourself a good tight squeeze. Inhale. And exhale, rock up. Listen, lovely stuff. You can take a simple cross-legged seat, your Sukhasana. or stack the feet whatever way feels comfortable to you today, but just make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Pull the cushions of the bum from underneath you so you're sitting and balancing on the sitting bones. Try and find a nice balanced position where the sacrum is grounding down and the crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. And there's a nice line of energy all the way down through your shushumna, your spine. Let's just wring out our neck and our arms, because we are going to work with our arms a good bit, as I said in the email today. Bring the chin to the chest and feel like there's a stretch going the whole way down from your sacrum, that's your sitting bone, all the way up along the spine into the back of the neck. Feel like you're lengthening the back of the neck, reaching the back of the neck up towards the ceiling. Inhale the chin up towards the sky. Lengthen across the front of the body all the way down again to your sitting bones. Exhale, chin to chest. Lengthen the back of the neck up towards the sky. Inhale, move with your breath, chin up. Exhale, make the movement last the same length as your breath. Breath nice and mindful. Bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Notice the way the left shoulder might want to creep up, but allow it to rest down. Take the left hand and rest it on top of the head on the right ear. Weight of the hand helping you to stretch into the right side of your neck. Breathe in here. Let go and lengthen on the exhale. Inhale the head to the center. Exhale the right ear to the right shoulder. Drop the right shoulder down if it rises up. Take the hand on top of the head. Just gently resting the hand on the head. You're not pulling the head down by any means, just using the weight of the hand. Breathe into the left side of the neck. And notice as you breathe out, you let go, you lengthen, you create space. Inhale to center. Stick the arms out in front of us. The palms of the hands face the ceiling. Let's connect with our breath. Continue. Inhale, the hands to shoulders. And exhale, the elbows together. Inhale, the elbows up. Draw circles. Yawn into the armpits. Exhale. Point the elbows behind you. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another at the center of the back. Moving slowly and mindfully as you inhale, up for half rotation. As you exhale, back for half rotation. Close down the eyes. Feel the movement of the shoulders. Notice the different parts of the chest and back. How you're creating space in with this movement. When your elbows reach the center, reverse the direction, working backwards first of all for the inhale. One more. Lovely. Take your arms out in front of you. I'll come a little closer for this. Our Garudasana arms. I kind of find it unusual to try and explain this one over when you're not in person, so I'm trying to think of a different way to explain this to what I usually do. So your arms are out in front of you. Take the top hand in front of the bottom hand like this. And then down the elbows. The left arm takes hold of the right palm. So that's the bottom arm taking hold of the top palm. Now what we would usually do is lift up here, but what I want you to do today actually is, just scooch up a little bit, bring the elbows in towards the chest, bring the chin towards the chest also. So bring it down, curling up, rounding your back, rounding the neck, and feel that you're stretching into the shoulders in a different way that you normally would in your Garudasana arms. And then inhale, take the arms up. Hands work away from the face. And this little finger tends to want to flatten out like this, but you want to turn it so it's like a knife edge facing forward. You're lifting the arms away from the body and away from the face. You'll feel it in the top of the right shoulder here, assuming your right arm is on top. Whatever arm is on top, that's where you're stretching into. Breathe into it. With every exhalation, create space. Let go of holding. Allow the muscles to lengthen and return to their natural state. Release the hands, shake it out a little bit. So I was right arm on top that time, whatever arm was on top. I think I said for everybody to put the right, either way. Put the other hand on top now. So my left hand is on top now, bend at the elbow. And again, just take hold of the thumb, or take hold of the wrist, or take hold of the palm of the hand, whatever makes sense for where your body's at. On your exhale, curl up around the shoulders. Bring the chin to the chest. Bring the elbows towards the chest. Also, turn the knife edge of the baby fingers forward. And just breathe into it. Notice how the body sometimes wants to automatically tense up even more when you find a knot. But take the opportunities you're presented with to release. Inhale, bring the arms up. And on your exhale, hands away from the face a little bit. Make sure that knife edge facing forward. If you're not feeling anything, just lift it up a little bit more. You should be feeling it in the shoulder of the arm that's on top. So in my case, it's left. Shake it out a little bit. Quickly stretching the arms a little bit more. So just taking the right arm in front of the body, bending the elbow, squeezing the arm in, stretch through the right middle finger, and also roll back to the top of the right shoulder. Taking 2 breaths here. Same on the opposite side. So left arm across the body, right arm bends at the elbow, squeeze it in, stretch the right middle finger, and at the same time roll backwards to the top of the left shoulder. Lengthen, let go. Lovely. Release and roll over onto all fours. We're not going to take our cat-cow just yet. We are going to take our cat-cow later in the class, but not just yet. We'll bend the toes, bring the bum back towards the heels. Just make sure that your middle finger is parallel to the long edge of the mat. Wrists are parallel to the short edge of the mat. Draw your shoulders back into their sockets. Try and draw your attention to the shoulder blades. And try and imagine that you're pulling them down towards your waist. And you're drawing the armpits down towards the ground. And you're pushing gently into all 10 finger pads so you can feel your shoulders are firing up here. It mightn't look like anything's happening, but I feel work in my shoulders, I feel work in my arms, I feel work in my hands. Look towards your knees and then stretch back into your down dog. Keep the shoulders and arms strong. Bend into the right knee to straighten out the left leg. Get all the way to the left leg and your hands. Take the right foot off the ground, maybe just to help stretch into it, push back into it a little bit more. Stretch the left leg, bend the right knee. Maybe you'd like to take the left toes off the ground to really give the weight of the body to the right leg. Stretch back into it. Bicycle out the legs as much as you can. Inhale onto tippy toes. Bend the knees. Push the bum back towards the back of the mat and stretch your legs out as much as you can today. Draw your attention to your quad muscles, those muscles above your knees. Pull your knees up towards your hips. Engage your core. Lock your shoulders into the top of the torso. Find stillness now as you breathe. Letting the body feel the strength of down dog. But maintaining consistent breath throughout. Let the heart melt towards the ground in down dog. Load your shoulders over your wrists to fence plank. Push the heels backwards, find your plank. Your shoulders are over your wrists. The bend of the elbow rolls forward. You're pushing down into all 10 finger pads, pushing back through your heels. Draw your awareness to your torso. Imagine you can pull the top of the pelvis up towards the navel and the navel in towards the spine. Find your edge and get comfortable with it. Breathing into it. Exhale back to down dog. Bend your knees wide, take Vinyasa, your big toes together, your bum towards your heels, drop the head. Just take a moment here to let go of effort, let go of holding, and to notice anything that's coming up in the body as we start to move. Coming up to all fours again. Just set an intention to meet yourself where you're at. And we're going to work on strength now in our arms. We're going to try and find our edge. Notice how the head space might resist that and resist strength work, but just go with it. Accept it and go with it. But obviously, just go to where your body's at. If you need to take a rest at any point. So, come up to your down dog. Inhale to your plank. Exhale to low plank. So come down onto the elbows and forearms. Keep pushing back to the heels. Interlace the fingers. You're now getting ready for a dolphin. Push the heel bone back towards the heels. The arms are in a triangle shape. Your elbow to forearm on the ground. You're pushing your body back into dolphin. Walk the feet forward just a little bit. Inhale, float forward. Open the hands out, low plank again. If your hands are now parallel, your arms are parallel to the side of the mat. Come up on the left side, come up on the right side, high plank. And exhale back to down dog. Take down dog as a rest. Inhale forward for plank. Exhale to low plank. Bring in the forearms down, your arms are parallel to the sides of the mat. Inhale, interlace the fingers. Exhale, push the body back to dolphin. Like down dog, except that your forearms are making that tripod. Feel the strength of the dolphin. Draw your shoulders back into their sockets, the shoulder blades working. Inhale, float your shoulders forward. Hands parallel. Inhale, left arm up, right arm up. Exhale, back to down dog. Take 3 breaths here. Try and stick with it. I know it's strong in the arms, it's strong in the knees. Go forward to plank. Exhale down to low plank. Interlace the fingers, inhale. Exhale, push back to dolphin. Breathe here. Inhale, low plank, so parallel the arms. Exhale, up into high plank. Take a breath here. Push back to down dog. Knees wide, big toes together, bum back. Stretch the arms forward, take a rest. Let go. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And another. Take your hands underneath your forehead. Hands are stacked one on top of the other. Forehead resting on the hands. Notice where the heart is at, notice where the belly is at, and the breath. Send the arms along the length of the mat. Push yourself up to all fours, bring the knees in a little bit. Bring yourself down into dolphin position with the arms. So your forearms are on the ground and you're interlacing the fingers, making that tripod. Curl your toes, stretch back, straighten the legs. Inhale, float forward, bring your chin beyond the level of your fingers. Exhale, push back to down dog. And move with your own breath for as many repetitions as you can. Meet yourself at your edge. When you get to your edge, do one more and then rest. Inhale, floating forward, bringing the chin to beyond the fingers, and exhale, pushing back to down dog. Trying to move mindfully with the breath. Focus on the feeling of relaxation in the breath rather than the work of the body. Let both be happening effortlessly. Still going. Two more. Wide, toes together, stretch back, take your hands in prayer position behind the head. Let go in the breath. Let the whole body sigh. Imagine again, the whole body's breathing in as the breath arrives. Your whole body's letting go as you let go of your breath. Hands down. Take yourself up to all fours. Spread the fingers wide. Roll the eye of the elbow forward. Curl your toes and stretch back to down dog. Walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Hands to your shins. Roll the shoulders back, look up, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold forward. Taking your hands behind your legs. The quads to pull the knees up. Ask for the core to pull the body down. It's an opportunity to rest. Release the hands, kind of like a ragdoll for a breath. Push the ground down away from you now as you slowly uncurl and unfurl. You're at the top of your mat. Your big toes might be touching, otherwise your feet are just up to your hips. Let's take 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar B to really heat up the body and bring energy into the body and release any stagnant, stale energy. Sit down into your chair, look down to your knees. You'll still be able to see your toes. Sit down a little further. Inhale the arms up around the ears. Tuck your tailbone under and draw your navel up towards your ribs. Keep your eyes steady as you breathe here. Focusing on the sound of your own breath, the arrival of the breath, letting go of the breath. And on your next exhale, fold over straight, strong legs. Look up, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale the right leg back, followed by the left into plank. 5 breaths here again. Push the heels back, pull the top of the pelvis up and in. Rather than resisting, we're taking the opportunities that are presented to us. It's an opportunity to get closer to our edge, to strengthen the body, and to breathe. Exhale, you can either bend your knees down first of all, and then bring the elbows down and in towards the body. Curl up for your back bend. You're in cobra, your hips are on the ground. If you're in up dog, your hips are off the ground. Take an extra breath here. Exhale to down dog. Take the left heel to the center line of the mat and the left toes point out just a little. Inhale the right leg up into the air. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the hands between the foot, between the hands. Posture up, inhale all the way up with the arms. Left hip pulls forward, right hip pulls back, sink down into the front facing knee. Breathe here. Push down into the ground with your baby toe side of the back foot. Let the breath arrive. Let the breath go. Exhale the hands either side of the right foot and take the right foot back to high plank. Take one inhale here. And again, either bend your knees first and then bend the elbows. First, take full chaturanga, push through, and push back. Right heel comes to the center line of the mat and the toes point out. Inhale the left leg up into the air. Bend it and extend it between the hands. Pull it forward if it gets stuck. Posture up, pull all the way up. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Tuck the tailbone under, pull the navel in. Maybe you'd like to look up towards the hands. The shoulders are still in their sockets. You're not reaching the shoulders up around your ears. The shoulders are still in their sockets. Your arms float up from there. Exhale, hands either side of the left foot comes back. Vinyasa. Find breaths in down dog, or if you're tired, take a balasana. Top of the mat. Let your exhale bring you forward. And the shins look up. Hold. Sit back down into your chair. Arms up around the ears, inhale. Tuck the tailbone under, hold your Uttanasana. Let your inhale bring you up. Let your exhale bring you to center. Left hand on heart, right hand on belly. Notice where you're at. Notice that when we do our slow round of sun saluted B, it takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of effort. Slow by no means easy. It does give us opportunities. So let's take 2 regular fast rounds. When I say fast, just with the pace of your breath of sun saluted B. I will orally guide the second, but the third one, just see what we can do, see if your body remembers this. You can look up towards the screen if you need to. We'll try and just move with our breath and let it be a moving meditation. Foot position, keep it strong, sit down into your chair, look down to your knees, bring the knees, toes still, so the tailbone, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold over straight, strong legs. Hands to shins, look up on your inhale. Right leg back, followed by the left into your plank. Inhale. Exhale to the ground. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Left heel comes in, right heel comes forward. And all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Right foot back, take a breath and plank. Go at your own time, whether that's faster or slower than me. Work with your vinyasa. Right heel comes in, left comes forward. Heel all the way up. Heel all the way down. Left foot back. Breath and plank. And work through your vinyasa. Right resting down dog. Forward. Exhale, step forward. Look up, take your hands to shins or do Vinyasa. Exhale, fold. Down into your chair, bend the knees, arms up. Exhale to heart center, hands to heart center. Taking one more round, trying to go your own body, your own breath. Remember yourself. Let your body do it. Trust it. Off you go, down into your chair, arms up. Take it at your own time. After 5 breaths in down dog, knees wide, big toes together, thumb back, head down. Take your arms back alongside your legs, palms facing up and let go fully of effort. Return to breath. Taking a couple of foggy breaths where you imagine a mirror in front of your face, in front of your mouth, and you're fogging it up with your breath. Taking your hands out along the length of the mat. Looking between the hands, bringing yourself up into all fours. Let's bring ourselves into our high plank one more time. Your shoulders are over wrists, heels are pushing back. We're going to come into side plank here. First of all, you're going to open out to face. So I'm going to open out to the left, but depending on where you're at, top foot, the sole of the foot on the ground, the back foot, you're on the baby toe side of the foot. You might want to step that front foot, that top foot forward. Otherwise, you can drop your knee down for a bit of support, or keep the leg straight. Left arm up into the air. If you'd like to stack the feet, if you're stacking the feet, push the heels away, pull the toes in, as we often do in the likes of Paschimottanasana, Janu Shirshasana. Breathe. Push down to the right arm, sorry, the arm that you're balancing on. Feel the strength all the way up to the shoulders. Exhale, left arm down, high plank. Open out to the opposite side. Your bottom leg, you're on the baby toe side of the foot. Top leg, foot is flat. Or you step the foot forward, or you drop the bottom knee down. Wherever you're at, raise the right arm up into the air. Push down into the left arm. Maybe you'd like to stack the feet. And if you're stacking the feet, keep both legs active, pushing heels away, pulling toes in. Exhale to plank. Inhale to the opposite side, side plank. Inhale up. Exhale, plank. Inhale, side plank on the opposite side. Exhale, plank. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, plank. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, plank. Push back to down dog. Knees together. Big toes together. Release. And take your hands in prayer position behind the head. Choose something that's putting a smile on your face. Probably not all the arm work. I'm sorry, you're welcome. An opportunity to get stronger, I promise you. But take something that's putting a smile on your face these days. Bring it to mind fully. Notice the soothing sensations that come into mind when we fully lose ourselves at the thought of something we're happy about. And notice how it's an antidote to the feelings of resistance that we just had potentially in the body to the work that we're doing in our arms. Notice the power of thoughts on the physiology of the body. Flow forward. The last one for our arm strength. Let's make it count. We're going to come up to our plank one last time. We're going to open out to side plank to face the screen one last time. Top foot, we step behind us. Bend the knee of that top foot. You're on your toes. Push the hips up, stretch to the right big toe. You're stretching that back to the top arm, looking back for your wild thing. And you're pushing down into that arm that you're balancing on. Breathe into the space that you're creating. Just in case you didn't get there, I'm going to go again to a side plank. Stay right there, otherwise. The top leg steps backwards. You bend the knee, you're on your toes. Lift your heels up, stretch to the long leg, toes, stretch back to the top arm. Come out of it, back to plank. Plank is resting now. Open to the opposite side. Side plank. Top foot steps back. Bend at the knees. You're on your tippy toes. Push through the long leg, toes, the long leg, that straight leg. Toes are reaching forward. Stretch back to the top arm. Get the weight of your body. The arm you're balancing on. Breathe. Wild thing. Exhale to plank. Step the feet forward. And take a rest in your forward roll. Well done. Push the heels down, push the feet down, push the ground away from you, slowly uncurl and unfurl. And let's settle everything down now. All that energy we're creating, all the energy we're using, all the heat we're generating in the body, let's settle it all down. With our tree pose, standing in the center of your space. Pushing the ground away from you on the left side, first of all, activating the full left leg. Taking the right heel, the left ankle, pointing the right knee outwards. Keep your gaze steady now and choose your spot that you're going to stare at. Listen to your breath and work through the stage of the tree pose. You all know it very well. Take your time. And if you fall out, let go of any negative narrative that comes up in the head. And just go through the steps again. Notice how balance poses like tree pose. You let everything go apart from this moment, this breath. Release the hands down. Release the leg down. Shake it out. Same thing opposite side. Keep your weight to the right leg. Push the ground down into the right leg. Left heel comes to right ankle and the left knee points out to the left side. Work through it in your own time. Just keep your gaze steady and your breath steady. Find your balance today. Release the hands down through center. Release the leg and shake it out. Take yourself towards the top of your mat, but not right at the top of the mat. Maybe actually about a third of the way back. Your feet are standing on the outside edges of the mat. Your arms out. You're going down to your squat. Take as much of the upper arm as you can below the level of your knee. If you need to bring in the feet and have space to bring the feet in a little bit too. Push the legs away with your upper arms. And also push your arms into center with your legs. Sit up out of your turtle shell as much as you can. Try and draw the bone down towards the ground as much as you can. Your breath to let it arrive. And let it go, ocean breath. Get the sound of the ocean into the back of the throat by opening the throat a little bit. Let's take our crow pose. Spread your fingers wide. Place them down onto the mat in front of you. And hinge forward, looking up, coming onto all 10 toes. Here, maybe you would like to take 5 toes off the ground and put them back down again. And come back down to your squat. Work through it faster than I'm going if you know where you're going with your crow. Otherwise, hinge forward again. Maybe take other 5 toes off the mat. Maybe just coming out with a big toe. Take it off the ground. Come back down again. Key thing is the strength of your arms against your legs and the legs against the arms. Forward, looking up. Maybe taking all 10 toes. If all 10 toes are off the ground, really hug up all the core muscles. Push the ground away from you. Push the arms against the legs against the arms. Find your strength and your stability there. Play around with it. Good work, good work. Those of you who I can see. Well done, Emma. Yoop, yoop. Hope it's going well, Jenna. I know you find crow frustrating. I love you. I love you. I love you. How about that? You might love crow. I love you. The rest of your jets, I love you too. let's fold. You're gonna squat and just take your legs straight, head down. Notice where the head is at as you work with crow. Let it settle and soothe. Now I'm going to show you one more arm strength. This might be something that you do after the class, depending on where the strength level is at today and where you're at in terms of the physical space of your room. But if you can, bring your strap and your mat towards the wall. You don't have a wall space that you can use right now. You just take a rest and watch what I'm doing here now, and then you can do it in your own time. We'll be getting the recording afterwards. I'm going to bring the computer just a little closer to me here. There you go. That's enough. Oh, you're sitting, first of all, back against the wall and your legs out in front of you. You take your strap, leave it where the legs are, leave it where the feet are. And what I want to do is I'm going to put my hands where my feet were. I'm taking my feet to the wall and I start walking them up against the wall. You walk your feet up against the wall, come into a right angle as much as you can, putting weight into your arms, putting weight into your shoulders. This prepares you for handstanding. Is an excellent way of strengthening up the shoulders, strengthening up the arms. It's actually harder to do that than it is to do handstands, but it's an excellent way. Well done, Emma. Awesome. Good job. Try it out, Jenna. Excellent. Push down into the super, 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 and just breathe. Can't see the rest of you, but well done if you're doing it, and if you're not, just when you get a chance, try it out. Practice it. If you're there now, take another breath or two. If you feel like going up again, do. But it's an excellent, excellent exercise. Strengthen up. Again, you'll have your recording, so even if you didn't get to do that there now, when you have your recording, you can look back at it. Let's take one last vinyasa towards the ground. If you're on the ground already, don't be afraid to stay there, otherwise inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Up and up when you inhale. Right leg back followed by the left. Take an inhale here. Exhale towards the ground. Push through. Push back. Drop the knees. Bone onto the heels. Interlace the fingers. Let's take our kneeling yoga mudra. Interlace the fingers. Express the chest. Inhale. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Hum and bring your head all the way down to the ground so that the crown of the head is on the ground. Take another arm when you get there. Sliding across the front of the chest. You're working the shoulder blades towards one another in the center of the back. Stretching out the arms. Back up. Take a moment. Notice where the head space is at after that. Feel a little dizzying sometimes, that's all right. Just that rush of blood to the head. We're going to take the early stages of our headstand now. I know I've prepared this before with you online, with a lot of you anyway. So what we're doing So we're bringing our elbows down just like we did in dolphin pose. So don't worry, by the way, you're not going up into headstand, you're just in the preparation stages. Take your hands on opposite elbows. So you're holding on to your opposite elbows like this on the ground. That is your elbow spacing. So your hands should be able to grip your elbows and then interlace your fingers, making a tripod. Look at your hands. Look at your bottom baby finger, the little finger. Bring it inside the palm of the right hand. So it's not sitting on the ground, so it's protected and it's sitting inside. Then come forward and you either imagine you have hair, or you actually have hair. Push it back with your hands until the crown of the head comes onto the ground. It's different for everybody because every head shape is different. So generally, what I say is, if you were balancing a book on your head, that's the part of the head that should be on the ground now. And then once you're there, push down into the elbows, push down into the forearms, just like you were in dolphin, and stretch back through the legs, just like you were in dolphin. Except it's not as hard now as it was in dolphin, because your head is on the ground too. Notice that it's a strange sensation in the head, but rather than giving the whole weight of the body to the head, push down into the forearms a little bit more so you can actually lift the head out of the nest you've created with the hands. Bring your attention to the neck. If you feel like your chin is in too far to your chest and you're rounding your neck too much, then you are rounding too much. Bring your head up a little bit more. If you feel like you're collapsing into the neck, again, try and get that proper balanced space where it's just a nice straight line. Walk the feet in as close to the body as you can get. Bring the toes in, try and get the back as straight as you can. Push them into the forearms, engaging the core muscles. Drop the knees, bring the bum back, sit up. Again, notice the soothing sensations as you close your eyes. Good to at least prepare headstand in online sessions so that when we do eventually get a face-to-face class again, we're a little bit more ready for it. But you do actually experience some of the benefits of headstand in that there, because you are bringing half the body upside down. Let's try it again. Take hold of opposite elbows, bring that down onto the ground. Interlace the fingers, make your tripod, and tuck your little finger under. Scoop the head back, scoop the hair back, and bring the crown of the head onto the ground. Curl your toes, push the heels back. You're in your dolphin. Push down into your forearms as much as you can so that you're giving more weight to the arms than you are to the head, and walk the feet forward. Now, you might be tempted to try headstand. If it's not in your practice, don't try it. Let go of ego, where the ego says, but I want to do headstand. I think I'm able to. Well, just wait until you have somebody to show you in person if you can do it right. Now, if it's in your practice and you've been shown before by an instructor how to do it, go for it. Comfortable, but otherwise, you're getting the benefits of it here. You're preparing, you're on your way. Drop the knees, bring them wide, toes together, push the head back, or push the bum back and down. Take a blast and just let it go. Push yourself up to sitting. Notice the tiredness. Notice the parasympathetic system, the rest of the digestive is starting to activate. Good stuff. We're coming towards our end. We're coming into our finishing sequence. Pull the flesh of the bum backwards. Push the heels away. Pull the toes in towards the face. Inhale the arms up. Hinge the hips. Stretch forward. Halfway. Inhale. Let the breath arrive and then inflate the torso. Exhale. Let the breath go. Let the torso lengthen. Let the arms lengthen. And let the hands come down. Let the chin comes to the chest. Push the heels away, pull the toes in. Your hands are resting maybe on your shins, your ankles, your feet. No matter where, meet yourself where you're at. Let's take a round read. Down to the roof of the mat and hum. Another. Posture. Look up on your inhale. Sit up on your exhale. Take the right heel to the left thigh. Sorry, the right sole of foot to the left thigh. Turn your body out to the left side. We're taking Janu Shirshasana on the left side. Open to the left side, using the leverage of the left arm. Sit up straight. Look towards your left foot. Heel is pushing out, the toes are pulling in. Inhale the arms up. Come to the roof of the mat. Take your Brahmari and stretch forward. Let your breath arrive. Let your body sigh. On your inhale, sit up on your exhale. Right foot forward, left sole of foot to the right inner thigh. Just up tall. Turn the body out to the right. Use the right arm behind you to sit up tall. Go to the right foot, heel pushes out, toes pull in. Arms up, inhale. Tongue to roof of legs, close the eyes, hum. Look up on your inhale. Sit up on your exhale. Take the soles of the feet onto the ground. Take your bum towards your heels and your back down onto the mat. Take your hands towards your heels and your heels towards your hands. Inhale, gentle inversion, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Place the fingers under your back. Don't strain it too much. Don't push too much into your bridge today. Just a restorative, relaxing bridge pose. Visualize the breath of waves. Back down onto the mat, bring the knees in towards the belly. Give yourself a good hug. Take the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Try and take hold of the outside edges of the feet. Your knees are bent. Taking hold of the outside edges of the feet. Push the heels up, pull the toes in, pull the feet and Legs down towards your armpits with your hands. Take a happy baby pose. Trying to draw the four corners of the torso down towards the earth. Said before, as if you're trying to get a fitted sheet onto a mattress. Think of your lower back and upper back, the four corners of your back like that. You're spreading out the four corners of your torso onto the ground. Release the feet down onto the mat. The soles of the feet are on the edges of the mat. Your arms are out. Make it a T shape at shoulder height. Flatten the back against the mat. Inhale here. And exhale, let the knees fall out to the right as you look to the left. Maybe you'd like to take the right sole of the foot on top of the left knee. If you want to deepen it a little bit. Restorative breaths. Consciously letting go, consciously settling down, getting ready for Shavasana. Inhale the knees. Exhale them out to the left. Take the left sole of the foot, top of the right knee if you want it. Pull it down towards the earth, you look to the right. Send your legs down along the length of the mat. Let's get ready for Shavasana. Blanket nearby that you want to place over the body. Light on, you want to turn off. Just want to let go from now. Use your breath. Points of contact between the back of the body and the ground underneath you. Bring that sensation of melting. Body into the ground. Letting the skin just hang, soften, relax. The back of the body softens into the ground, releases the ground, lets go of gravity. So too to the sides of the body. Sighing with the exhale. Letting go of effort, letting go of physical. Softening down to the top of the body. Letting go of sensation, feet, the ankles. Softening the shins, lower legs. Awareness, space between the knees and hips. Consciously choosing to let go. Let your belly be. Let your chest rest. Let your shoulders sink. Let the entire length of the left arm rest. Release. Let go. Let the entire length of the right arm relaxes, softens. Go. Soften any holding in your throat. Let the chin to rest. Keep it. Relax and soften. nose, like sockets, all letting go, only holding. Awareness of the space between your eyes and ears, softening there, softening the space between your eyebrows. Let go of holding your forehead. Let go of sensation over the head, if any. Softening your awareness, letting it all go. Pose. Body again. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Stretch through the toes. Stretch the arms overhead and behind the body. And as you exhale, roll over onto your right hand side, taking your knees in towards your chest, taking your arms underneath your head. Taking a moment here. Take a moment. grateful to yourself for your efforts on the mat. Genuinely grateful to yourself for all of your efforts off the mat too. Grateful for the opportunities that you're taking, that you're presented with. Grateful for the opportunity to practice yoga virtually, together, from our different spots. Finish again with a few words once more from that book that I read from the beginning, letting go. So what should we do if we want to let something go? The answer is to accept ourselves just as we are. If we accept the struggling self, our state of mind will soon undergo a change, though it will be subtle at first. When we regard our difficult emotions as a problem and try to overcome them, we only struggle more. But in contrast, when we accept them, strangely enough, our mind stops struggling and grows suddenly quiet. When that happens, it becomes possible to leave our emotions behind and look at them warmly from the outside. So rather than trying to change or control difficult emotions from the inside, allow them to be there and your mind will rest. Accept them. Let them be in order to let them go. Push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Prayer the hands. Take the thumbs to the forehead. As we breathe here in a gesture to be compassionate with our thoughts. Thumbs to lips. Taking a breath here, setting the intention to be compassionate with our words. Thumbs to heart. And a gesture to be compassionate with our actions. Hands on your heart. And a gesture to be compassionate to yourself. Well done, well done, well done. Hope you're all feeling good. Enjoy your practice. Let you have a good rest of the week.